Hi everybody. Okay, I'm gonna cover somebody that I haven't covered before, I don't think. Okay. And first of all, I want to make one small disclaimer here. Um, I usually don't glorify criminals or people who have thought that did something. I don't glorify them. The reason why I put his name in the title is so number one, you guys know who I'm talking about. And number two, I was either going to put his name or Lacey Peterson in there. So, okay. The reason I'm talking about him today is because I watched The Perfect Husband, the movie version of what happened. I watched it last night, and it got me thinking about how, now, this is supposed to be based on a true event, right? There's one problem with it. I don't know if the investigators who originally investigated the crime were looking into other people or just focused on him, or I don't know what happened there because the movie version kind of depicts it like they didn't look into anybody else but him. And all I'm saying is that anything is possible, okay? Number two, if someone is innocent or they say they didn't do it, the people should look into everybody who they think might be guilty. And I don't know if that happened here. Um, but if he did it and he's just not fessing up to it, that's another side too. So it's a lot of stuff, you know. Um, but on the face of the movie, I think everybody also knows that he had I don't know the correct terminology for it. Mistress, another person besides his wife, Amber Fry. Now, Amber Fry, I kind of feel bad for her, and I did feel bad for her when this happened, but I really feel bad for her now because I try to put myself in someone else's shoes whenever I can. Okay, and her being a single mother and single at the time, I can put myself in her shoes. I'm not a mother, I haven't had any kids, but I am single, so I can put myself in her shoes as far as that goes. And I try to think back to how many people have lied to me or told me mistruths, and how many times have I believed them? Okay, so say you're set up, and this was a story that was given out when it happened. Okay, she was set up with a guy. She was told by everyone she knew that he was single. It comes out later, after they started dating, that he's married. But he tells a story that he lost his wife and that his wife died. Okay? Not that he's married. So, how many times have you heard a story like that? Where someone tells you, oh, or you ask about past relationships and they tell you, well, it was kind of complicated. And then you find out that it was really a lot more complicated than they told you. Don't you feel a little bit deceived? So that's why I feel for her. Um, and obviously I feel for Lacey because, I mean, not only was she unalived, but she was very pregnant with their son. So, you know, I kind of feel bad all the way around. Um, but, and I talked about this, I think a little bit before, but, he's gonna get another trial, coming up soon. Because they say that they didn't look into all the evidence, like I just said, but he got people who work for the Innocence Project to look into the case, and now they're getting a new trial where supposedly they're looking into all the evidence this time. So I don't know what's going to happen there. But I thought about it because you have to also understand that this happened in 2002. So it's been 22 years. Um, that's a long time. And things change, perspective change, and all that stuff. So I can now put myself in someone else's shoes more than I could at the time. I mean, yeah, I could still do it, but I was really young back then. Now I can look and say, oh wow, okay, I could see why she thought that, or you know. And like I said, to give an update a little bit on Amber Fry, she moved on and she's now married, and I think they have a kid or two um, in her new marriage. So, but yeah, it just got me thinking. Got me thinking about how everything worked out back then. And I hope if what we know isn't the truth, I hope the truth comes out this time. So, all right, bye guys.